Matthew 14 is a rich chapter in the Gospel of Matthew that contains two significant events in the ministry of Jesus: the beheading of John the Baptist and the miraculous feeding of the 5,000. Each story holds profound theological implications and lessons for believers. The beheading of John the Baptist. King Herod hears about Jesus and fears that John the Baptist, whom he had beheaded, has been raised from the dead. The narrative recounts how Herod had imprisoned John for denouncing his marriage to Herodias, his brother's wife. During Herod's birthday celebration, Herodias' daughter dances and pleases Herod, leading him to promise her anything she wants. Prompted by her mother, she requests John's head on a platter. Despite his reluctance, Herod fulfills her request. The cost of discipleship. John the Baptist's steadfastness in speaking truth to power, even at the cost of his life, exemplifies the call to discipleship. His unwavering commitment to God's truth is a powerful reminder of the potential costs associated with following Christ. As Jesus later teaches in Matthew 16, verse 24, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." God's sovereignty and justice. Though John's death seems unjust and tragic, it underscores the reality of God's sovereignty and the ultimate triumph of divine justice. John's earthly ministry ends in martyrdom, yet his mission and message prepare the way for Jesus, who will conquer death itself. Human weakness and sin. Herod's actions are driven by fear, pride, and the manipulation of others. His moral weakness contrasts sharply with John's moral strength, highlighting the devastating effects of sin and the importance of godly character. How do we respond when faced with the choice between comfort and standing for God's truth? What can we learn from John the Baptist about the nature of true prophetic ministry? How does the narrative of John's death challenge our understanding of suffering and God's justice? Second part of it, the feeding of the 5,000 in Matthew 14, verses 13 through 21. After hearing of John's death, Jesus withdraws to a solitary place, but the crowds follow him. Moved by compassion, Jesus heals the sick among them. As evening approaches, the disciples suggest sending the crowd away to get food. Instead, Jesus instructs them to feed the people with 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus miraculously feeds over 5,000 people, leaving 12 baskets of leftovers. Compassion and provision. Jesus' compassion for the crowd leads to both spiritual and physical provision. This miracle demonstrates God's care for holistic well-being, addressing both the immediate and eternal needs of humanity. Jesus, the bread of life, sustains us in every way. Divine power and human participation. Jesus involves his disciples in the miracle, teaching them about reliance on divine power while participating in God's work. The disciples' initial doubt in Jesus' miraculous multiplication of loaves and fish revealed the dynamic interplay between human agency and divine omnipotence. Symbolism of the miracle. The abundance of food with leftovers signifies the superabundance of God's grace. This miracle prefigures the Eucharist, where Jesus' body, broken and shared, becomes spiritual sustenance for believers. It also points to the eschatological banquet in the kingdom of God. How do we see Jesus' compassion reflected in our own lives and ministries? In what ways are we called to participate in God's miraculous provision for others? And how does this miracle deepen our understanding of Jesus as the bread of life? In conclusion, Matthew 14 presents profound theological insights into the nature of discipleship, divine compassion, and the interplay between human frailty and God's omnipotence. John's martyrdom and Jesus' miraculous feeding collectively call believers to a deeper commitment to God's truth and a more profound trust in his provision. John 6:35 says, "Then Jesus declared, 'I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty.'" In Isaiah 55, verses 1 and 2, it says, "Come, all you who are thirsty, come to the waters, and you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without money and without cost. Why spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen to me, and eat what is good, and you will delight in the richest of fare." These stories invite us to consider the depth of our faith and the extent of our reliance on God, challenging us to live out our discipleship with courage and trust in God's unwavering care. This is the continuation of the Matthew study that we've been working on now for a couple of weeks now. Couple of things. Pray for the ministry. Pray that it reaches people wherever they are. If you have any prayer requests or praises of the things that God has done in your life, leave them in the comments. If you want to share your testimony, that'd be cool. If you could, go over to the Facebook page, Christian Fellowship Guild. I'll leave a link to that in the comments. Over there, we just put the text study up and links to this video over there. So that's kind of our homepage, basically, for the ministry. Trying to think of what else. I'm going to be sending out the letter for the Pen Pal program tomorrow on my way to work. I hope that somebody's enjoying or getting something out of the content that I'm putting out. If you are, help it out. Share, like, subscribe, whatever. Share it with somebody. If somebody's gotten this far in the video, share this video with somebody who might need this study. Till you guys see me again, have a blessed day.